still playing Silksong, and I know Devin is as well.
What a masterpiece.
So we're going to talk about, this is, I guess, second impressions of Silksong. So last time we talked about our experience through like the first 6-ish hours. And today we're going to do like hours 6 to 20, because I think we're just about at the same spot.
I think
we might have explored
20...
slightly different ways,
Yeah.
but we're generally in the same spot of Act 2, I think.
Yeah, roughly.
So I guess if you want no spoilers for Silksong, I guess this is kind of your warning that we're going to talk about our experience through 20-ish hours. So if you're not ready for this section, maybe watch our first impressions, which was through the first 6-ish hours of Act 1. But here for this segment, we are going to, talk about what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, and so some of that might be things that you might not want spoiled. So, Devin, just high-level thoughts on your last week with Silksong after the first 5 hours. What were the next 10 hours like?
Freaking amazing. This game is so dang good in a broad sense, in a broad description.
Yeah.
There's a lot to this game. They added, I don't think they had crests in the first one.
No crests. In the first one, it was just the charms, but you were pretty freeform to use whatever charm combinations you wanted.
Yeah, what's cool about the crests, though, is they actually make the character play different.
Yeah.
Like, it's an entire thing. It's like, are you an adventurer? Do you like to collect a lot of money? Are you focused on raw damage?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the fastest silk collection so you're able to heal and not be worried about dying? Do you like to pogo around and move around super well? Or do you want to try a super risky build? The crests are very interesting in the way that they handle the charms that you put in them and the different...
I agree.
The different things.
How many crests do you have at this point? I think I have 4.
I think I have 4 as well.
So the standard one, I think, is called
Hunter.
Hunter. Then you play, at least to this point, with the Wanderer.
Yes,
right?
And it's going to be hard for me to stop.
Just because it's based on like attack speed.
It's fast.
It's fast. That one is one
and it's really good for collecting money and materials. It's like you got your compass up, you're collecting rosaries.
Oh, because it has 3 of the orange things.
You're not losing your rosaries when you die, yada yada. Like,
yeah.
And those are all yellow abilities, and it has 3 yellows in that crest, which
yeah, that is a nice one, because I have 3 yellow charms slotted as well, but I don't play Wanderer. I play Reaper.
You have one.
I have one on the Vesta crest, I think is what they're called.
Have I seen that yet?
I think you have one Vesta crest.
Do I? Okay.
It's like the permanent slot that is attached to your character no matter what crest you're using. But yeah, having the one extra orange, that is nice on Wanderer. Reaper, the one I play, is slightly like slower strikes, but I think they reach a little bit longer than standard. The pogo is not perfectly straight down, but pretty close, and a pretty big sweeping down.
Yeah,
so
your pogo's much larger than mine.
Pogo's easier to hit, in my opinion. And I do think it's good for my play style, because I'm not quite as perfectly accurate. Like with the Wanderer, Devin's strikes are smaller, closer to his character, so you have to be very accurate with like your placement in a fight. But when you're at the right distance from the boss, you can smack the crap out of him really quick.
Oh man, yeah. That's crazy.
So it is crazy you can be that different. And then the risky one I think you mentioned is the Beast. And I don't like that one really at all.
No.
But it is a cool idea of like, when you bind with that one, it doesn't heal you. It just puts you into like this ferocious state where you deal extra damage, I think. And any damage you deal is like life. What do they call that?
Life steal?
Stealing. You're stealing health back by doing damage. Cool idea, but the pogo with that one is like crazy weird.
Terrible.
It's like a spin that goes forward quite a ways.
Yeah, it's like this arcing lunge forward. How on earth would you ever pogo through those areas with that?
Yeah, you'd have to really commit and get used to it, I feel like, because that does seem like it'd be tough. So, I really like the 4 that I found so far. I was searching something online. I'm trying to avoid all spoilers because I love the exploration of just finding stuff in this game.
Right.
I think that's the best part of games like this and games like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom is like finding the things yourself.
Hmm.
Um, but I was looking up one thing just to make sure I was understanding it correctly on how the like what's it called, the Alta weave nest or something worked. Anyways, and I accidentally did see how many crests are in the game, and
Okay.
there are more than four.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm excited to see what the other ones are. I won't say the number, but there are more than four. So I don't know if we'll find them in Act Two because I feel like I've been very thorough with like the areas in Act One. I mean, maybe there's a couple spots where I think I need a double jump to get somewhere, but I
Right.
now have the and I don't know if you got this. You probably did. The not a grappling hook, but kind of a grappling hook that hooks on the
Mm,
rings.
no, I don't have it. I
Oh,
knew
okay.
that it was going to happen though.
Yeah.
I've seen too many things.
Yeah. So I just got that, um, which is cool. It's actually really handy in platforming sections because, and even in fights, like if you use it, it'll shoot your thread out at an enemy and then pull you to them. Um,
So it's a
and so
traversal
you,
item
and yeah, in
as
platforming
well.
sections, if like I need to reach a wall that I want to wall jump on, you can be pretty far away from it and like shoot that grappling hook and pull yourself to the wall. So very helpful with that. And then also with the rings, you can get a bit farther. So I think that's the only like new like platforming ability I have at this point.
While we are on the topic of crests,
Yeah.
their descriptions of crests are very interesting in the crest menu.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the crest I use says like fast, precise
Yeah. They use some strange words.
um, swings, and I've realized
You do a critical hit,
I do.
right?
You do
Yeah.
critical hits with that build.
Mm-hmm.
Like one every like 30 or something is like makes a different noise and hits for like 3 damage instead of 1.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. It's like unexplained. There's not a stat to see
Right.
what
Mm-hmm.
it's actually doing, and you kind of have to just play to figure it out.
Yeah, I like that too. The Reaper says like earns extra silk or something like that.
Hmm.
And the way that works is when you, after you bind or heal, your character glows for like 10 seconds, and any enemies you hit beyond the normal silk you get from them, like spit out these balls of silk that you can gather. So you can get extra silk to heal again or use your silk abilities
Yeah,
faster.
and then imagine choosing a crest which gave you like 3 blue charms, and you could throw in just full blown
Silk.
silk collection and
Yeah.
regenerating.
Yeah.
Like,
And you're just using your silk like techniques and stuff like every 2 seconds. Like
yeah,
that.
imagine I found a crest that said increases crit chance.
Yeah,
I'm like,
or
okay,
attack
okay.
speed. I guess
Yeah,
there is
attack
that
speed.
orange one that does attack speed,
Yeah,
but that
uh-huh.
one's kind of
I
bonkers.
rocked that for a minute.
Yeah,
It was epic.
yeah, yeah. The crests are very cool. Um, there is, and I think you noticed this too in that one. What do they called it? I wrote it down here. It wasn't a weave nest, but it was like that little like kind of tomb. After you get the pin needle and can play the music at the doors that look like spider faces, you go in one, and the character named Eva, um, I think upgrades your hunter's crest,
She does, yes.
and I think it gives it more slots.
It it gave it a second sentence to its description, and it gave it eyeballs on the image of it.
Oh, okay. So it must have. I haven't used that crest
I can't remember what
since then,
the
but
description said, but it seems like you build focus and you end up doing more damage. So there's a way to
oh, okay.
increase your foundation of the crest you
Yeah,
like,
yep.
which is
That's
interesting.
that's what I was looking up. I was like, what did she do? Because I know my crest changed how it looked, but I couldn't remember if it added more
Hmm.
slots. I
Do you
want
remember what it said?
um no, I don't remember. I I really want to upgrade my other crests,
So do I.
but I don't
I
know.
just want to upgrade my one crest.
Well, yeah, I just want to upgrade the Reaper crest just to see like what the upgrade is.
Yeah.
Because like you said, if it's adding like a sentence and a new kind of I don't even like a new rule for the crest. Like if that one's adding
Yes.
focus, which is a new thing
Mm-hmm.
you can build up,
Mm-hmm.
like that's cool. So I want to see
It
what the
is.
others are. They seem it seems to be very hard to find the locations to upgrade those.
I got very lucky. You were watching when I found one, weren't you?
You found a different one?
No, just the
Oh,
one that because of my build I was able to find it. Only because I was rocking a specific item, two specific items to be able
oh,
to,
right. And that one gave you that's a different one of those kind of cave things.
which I think will upgrade a crest if I can figure out how.
Yeah, maybe.
But
In that
yeah, I
room in
don't
the
know.
basement that seems to have nothing left in it. Because yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I've tried a bunch of stuff going back to Eva, like with different crests equipped,
Mm-hmm.
just to see like, okay, are you gonna upgrade one of my other ones at some point, or do I have to meet somebody else? So that'll be an interesting thing to see because the crests, like you said, are probably the most unique and cool part of the game.
So
And
amazing.
like,
Yeah.
you can have not just a different set of charms, but really different attack patterns and
Mm-hmm.
pogos. And I like the sprint attack differences as well. Like the Reaper does like this attack that reaches out pretty quick and then throws the character up in the air, so you can kind of like propel yourself into like an air attack as well. Um, so yeah, the uniqueness there is cool. I hope that we find the places to upgrade those pretty soon, because it would be cool to upgrade them. I don't know, like quite a ways before the end of the game. I don't want to upgrade it like right before the game
Yeah,
ends, you know.
agreed.
So I hope I can find some of those. It is sometimes tricky to like. There isn't like a bug that's like there are like some hints for some things, but there's not one that's just like, oh, do you know you could upgrade your crest?
Oh, not at
And
all. Yeah.
if you look for like secret things, you can. There, you just kind of stumbled into one, and now
Mm-hmm.
we're like curious about how we upgrade the others. But
And it's probably going to take us 10 to 20 hours to figure that out too.
probably.
Like,
Um,
we'll forget about it and then come to a place and they'll be like, hey, do you want this item? We'll be like, oh my
yeah.
gosh, that's how we do that.
hmm While we're on the topic of crests, I was going to ask you what technique, charms, and tools do you play with alongside your crest? So the charms are the blue, yellow, and
Mm-hmm.
charms. The tools are the red ones, basically, that you can use for attacks. You could probably call them all tools. I don't know. I was calling them charms for the yellow and blue ones, tools for the red ones, and technique is the white one, the spear.
Yeah.
Um,
So my technique right now is like a fluster of string goes
okay,
all
kind
around
of the
me.
ball.
I
Yeah.
can it kind of like goes through walls. It seems like as well if I
Mm.
needed it to. Like there was a guy in a cage and I couldn't hit him with my needle, so I used that and he was like, ah. uh, I've been using that. I think it's good. I think
It,
it's fine. I don't think it's great.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought about that one.
I use the Wanderer Crest for critical a chance of crit hits and just an insane amount of speed swinging.
Yeah.
It's your needle seems smaller. You have to be very precise, but if you can nail it down, you can hit an enemy fast enough in front of you to knock it back enough to where it can never get to you until it dies. If
Yeah.
it's on the ground, kind of beneficial.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect build. It's very risky. I run a charm that makes me very fast.
Yep. The orange one.
Um, well, the sprinting is very fast with
Oh,
the
you have
ankle
like the
things or
ankles.
something.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were still rocking that
Yeah,
guy.
so I use those, and then
That is so fast.
for a while, yeah, I've been using them the whole time now. I'm like, yes, it's all about just like speed and hit speed for me, and just like high risk plays because I know that I can figure out the boss mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just sprint back to the boss over and over and over and over, and I'll get there very fast.
That's true.
And I'll just keep dying, and then I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'm using that, collecting money, not losing as much money when you die. And then
I wrote down for that. There's also the orange energy drink tool. If
yes,
have you played with that one?
I like that.
You like
one.
that
It's
one?
one of my favorites because my main focus is just the character and its abilities. Like I sometimes forget to use tools.
Yeah.
I'm focused on just whacking you. I've played so many Souls games that it's like whack, 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 find a time to heal.
Yeah.
Run around, be strategic with your placement, whack and heal. And so there's a tool that allows you to run even faster,
Hmm.
and strike faster, which is a crest I'm already using. So it's all just high speed for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And then keeping your money. And then currently, when I heal, I damage things. So anytime I do need to heal, stuff's getting hurt.
Oh
And
yeah, that one's cool.
what's the other one I'm using? What's another blue one?
Blue.
I'm not using Silk
I think
Generation.
it's the one that protects your last hit from killing you.
Yes. Okay, yes. So when you're gonna if you would have died from a hit, it negates that until the next bench.
Yeah.
Which is really
Basically
nice.
get one more hit on your health bar.
Which is hard to gain.
It
So
is
it's
because you
hard
need
not to pick
4 of the
that.
mask shards. And one of the merchants I'm at right now is selling 1 shard for 750 rosaries. So,
Woo!
yeah, the charms I'm using just as a, I don't know, counter to Devin.
Mm-hmm.
I play the Reaper a bit more slow, longer strikes. I really like a new technique that I got called the I can't remember the name. I wrote down Silk Dash here, but basically I do like a forward dash, like your normal dash, but you turn white and you're full of like covered in silk
Mm-hmm.
through an enemy and damage them. I think I
That's
prefer that
nice.
to the spear, but the spear's good too. I think I like both of those better than the silk ball.
Mm.
Silk ball's good for like hurting everything around you, but I felt like I was terrible at using it because I don't like being that close to the enemies.
Uh,
Where you're up close in their face, it makes more sense.
I am. I'm right in their face, and I'll try to just like have them all group around me,
Yeah,
and you can like triple kill with that thing.
yeah, I believe it. So I'm using that technique for the tools and charms. I like the always got the compass and the rosary magnet basically on. Um, I also am using the mask for one more hit. I think that's a pretty good one, especially in like the boss fights where you feel like you're like just about to beat it. Just having that one more mask is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I have a similar to the orange energy drink kind of looking one. I found another NPC in the Wormways that lets you, if you have to find some items for her, but she gives you a what's it called, a life, the blue flower like needle, life force or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when you use that one, you inject yourself with that blue stuff, and it gives you a blue mask, which is like a temporary hit basically. But I mean, if you're going into like a big fight or you don't have silk and can't heal, you could hit that like twice and give yourself 2 blue health shields. So I like that one quite a bit. It is another one of those you have to go back to that NPC to refill like your reservoir of, just like you have to do with the bug at the flea caravan for the orange one. So I like those. For the red tools, I like the, by far my favorite is the boomerang so far, just because it does like kind of a loop in an oval shape. And if you can get the distance right between like you and the boss when you throw it, like it can hit it like 4 times if you get the right spot. Also very good for flying enemies.
Which are
And
just the worst.
yeah, so I really like the boomerang. Um, what else am I got another one that lets me heat up my needle and do like some fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem to last super long. It's only like 7-8 seconds. Um, but it is cool looking watching her like light the needle on fire, and then like the enemies are covered in flames. It's cool. I think those are all of the ones that I'm using right now. Damage on bind with the mirror is a good one. I've been using like the triple pin to bind faster. Um, the faster bind was actually throwing me off a little bit.
Oh, was
I
it?
like expect it to take a certain amount of
That's
time.
the one I want to find.
Yeah, that again goes very well with your play style. Cool. So that's a little bit about combat and builds. Yeah, it's hard to know what to cover next. There's so much. I've written down a story and characters, bosses, and areas. Um, I guess from last week, the areas that we talked about last week were Bone Bottom, the Marrow, and Deep Docks. And then there's the Far Fields that is right there as well. I think we both finished Act 1, which you kind of have to climb up, go through. What was that one called? The Blasted Steps.
Mm-hmm.
and then fight one of the first, well, like a mandatory boss to finish Act 1 and get to Act 2. The limiting like door there has 6 bell icons on it, and you have to have found all 6 of those big bells that open the benches.
That's the only way you could get through
Get
there?
through that door.
Oh, I'm lucky I did that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if because I didn't see that moment of your playthrough on Twitch, but when you got to that door, were there any you didn't have? But it sounds like you already had all 6.
Well, I never had to go find anything else. I
Yeah,
just continued after
yeah,
that fight. I did not know that.
yeah. Me too.
It makes me feel good about my playthrough.
Yeah,
Heck
it
yeah.
means you were being pretty thorough. There
Mhm.
must be a way to get to that door, with only 3 or 4 of the bells or whatever.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I think that is one of the blockers. You have to have found all 6 of the big
Crazy.
bells
Okay.
first. So that was pretty cool fight. What'd you think of the first judge, that fight there?
Um, I actually liked that fight.
I did
It
too.
was interesting because he kept his phase 1 mechanics in phase 2. They just got extra features.
Yeah, he just like lit that bell thing on fire, and so all of his attacks like
Yeah,
had fire
or the
incorporated.
whole ground was on fire, or
Yeah,
there would be an explosion, but it was a cool change. It wasn't like he changed up everything he was doing.
yeah,
It just added difficulty to the mechanics you learned in phase 1. I thought that was actually a super cool fight.
yeah.
I did it. It took me a lot of tries because I was being a psychopath running like as fast as I could and
I
trying to
feel
hit
like
him
that
so
was like
much.
right after you got the super sprint boots, and so you
Oh,
were
I was
trying to
all
go
about it.
all in on speed.
Oh yeah.
Because
And I would love to post my win against him because it was actually kind of epic. I had locked in and figured out the speed build.
yeah,
He got throttled.
yeah. I liked that fight a lot as well. First judge, I think that was a uh, good boss fight. It didn't take me as many tries, but because I have like the safe build, I wasn't trying to adapt to like ultra speed. Um, there's been a lot of people complaining that that boss has like the worst run back after you die from the bench to the
Aha.
boss. And I think it's just because of that dumb enemy that shoots its red like nose at you. I think that a lot of people though, because I saw that online a lot, and I was like, I didn't think that run back was very bad. Like some of the others seemed longer to me, and I think a lot of people missed after you get past the red nose dude and like up to the next platform, you can jump to the left
Mm-hmm.
and skip like the part where you have to glide down, bounce on the 2
Yeah.
things, and you skip like 2 or 3 enemies as
Mm-hmm.
well. So I do feel like that on most of the runbacks, if you pay attention or like go through the runback slowly, I feel like they put in little shortcuts to help with those, because I did not think that one was very bad, to be honest. And I have not thought any of the runbacks were too bad. I just fought a boss probably 30 times about 2 hours ago. And even though it was a kind of a new area that wrapped around this really deep section of the deep docks, um, it was really cool. If you went up, they like had this shortcut that went right from a bench, so it only took me like 10 seconds to get back down to that boss. And so I think they did try pretty hard to make sure the runbacks weren't too crazy, as long as you're being pretty thorough of looking like, where could they have put a shortcut? They probably did.
Yeah. No runbacks are too crazy for me because I drink my slurp juice and put on my Sonic shoes, and I'm there.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're
They're very
you're
fast.
you're there immediately, basically. Cool. So before I guess you get to that door, there were a few more areas that I just wanted to call out from below the Citadel. I really like Greymore, like the
Yes.
gray city with the guy with the inn, and I know a lot of people are complaining about that boss fight too with the
Was
wing.
not bad.
What's that thing called?
Wingmore.
Wingmore. I didn't think he was too bad either. Probably took me
Or more
four or
wing?
5 tries. More wing, something like that. His
Less.
second phase is a little trickier with when he throws 2 of those like kind of
Yeah.
spiraling things,
You
because
just
they do
stand in the
2
middle.
damage. But yeah, they were really not too bad. Um, so I like that area quite a bit. It's connected to, wow, a lot of areas, to be honest. Sinner's Road up there at the top
The
with those
battle
weird like
place.
dog cockroach things.
Yeah, I haven't dabbled there too much, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're very weird. That area is connected to two more areas that I won't spoil, but one of them reminds me of what's that area called in Zelda where you get the Master Sword? What's it called? There's like a special name for that forest.
Man, it's I
Um,
mean, I just played the
yeah,
games.
I know.
My
I feel
memory's
like
so bad.
and I've played Breath of the Wild twice and Tears of the Kingdom once, so I should know this along with all the other Zelda games. Anyways, that forest in Breath of the Wild had like a feature where if you didn't walk the right direction, you'd be like covered up in fog, and then it would take you back to the beginning
Right.
of the forest. You had to find like
There's
a
an area
secret.
like that in this.
It's not like that bad where it's just taking you around, but it's very easy to get lost in, and I cannot figure my way through it.
Oh, I
I think
see.
there's got to be some like rule set to the way the rooms are laid out.
Hmm.
It's called the Mist, um,
Oh, cool.
and is a cool area. I just don't understand it yet. So I've like explored a ton in there, but I still don't have the map. I feel like I'm not making any progress there, so I kind of abandoned that, hoping that some NPC later will like give me a tip that I'm missing. Um, there's another area over there called the Bile Wastes or Bile Moor or something.
Sounds toxic.
It is. You can get um, your silk spool poisoned.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of
Yeah,
a very
I
interesting.
had a weird experience with an area with the weather. I
Oh
only got
yeah,
to touch it for a second, but all of a sudden I was being hurt by being there.
yeah. That's a good call out too. I really liked, and I love that they when you get to certain points of the game, they change the world a little bit. Like did you have the death and the funeral? Or
Death in the
the
funeral?
death and the funeral in
Death
the
and
Bone
the
Bottom? You must not have
I
it.
don't know. I don't know.
Um, I won't ruin that part yet, but basically, if you go back to earlier areas, like things are different sometimes. Just like in the
Oh
first
yeah, it's
first
crazy. I've
Hollow,
always been impressed by that.
yeah, the first Hollow Knight, like after you made certain story like progressions, you go back to earlier areas and they're like ultra covered in infection, and like NPCs are doing different things. And I love that about this game too. Um, and what was the example I was just going to give? What was I talking about? Oh, after getting to the Citadel, I was like, I want to go finish some stuff back in Greymoor.
Mhm.
And so I went there, and there's this new enemy I've never seen carrying a cage.
Mm.
Is this not how you got to the slag or the slab, snow area?
No, but I think
Did
that
you just discover it?
I think I was low health when I fought the enemy carrying the cage, and he kept like slamming it down, and he just killed the guy.
Mm.
Was it just a normal enemy? Or are we thinking of a different thing?
I maybe the guy kind of smacked me and then trapped me in the cage,
Oh yeah, you can't tie me down.
which
No,
was
I don't think so.
oh okay. Well, I don't know if I want to ruin that moment for you either. But the slab is a prison that's surrounded by that snowy mountain. You haven't been in the prison?
I've I feel like the beginning of this video where we've been talking about this today was in the prison, was it not? There's NPCs in that area where they're like, "You guys get back to work," and
Um,
they're all just like, "I don't
how
know."
about this is the easiest way. Have you ever played where a portion of the game where Hornet did not have her robe or any of her weapons?
Nah,
Oh, okay.
that's a Dark Souls thing. It's like you go
Yeah.
to this prison, you have none of your stuff. Try to escape,
Yeah. That was a cool, interesting moment. I was a little bummed the enemy caught me.
and you think that it doesn't have to catch you.
I don't know. You might be able to get there by yourself, but I was caught by this enemy and taken to that jail.
Oh,
And I had to
awesome.
find keys to escape this jail and find my stuff and get my stuff back. And then on the outskirts of the jail was this snow area that you're mentioning, where just being outside for too long will start to take your hit points away.
I have wondered if decisions in this game make like a big difference. I came across an NPC. He said, "Give me that you found," and I was like, "No." Well, that's what I was thinking in my head, but I instantly hit, "Okay, here."
What did you give him?
There's like a cylinder of sorts for music.
Oh, that guy
Yeah, I
with
was
the
like,
oil.
can I say no to you and fight you? Or am I just
Mm.
going to have to come back to you and eventually say yes?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question. There might be like different branching paths that you can take.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a really cool one, getting to that prison in the snow area. I have not explored the snow area very much because I um, just kind of got my stuff and got out of there. Um, there's another thing that happens in Bone Bottom that I know that you saw this part. There is that door that you just keep hearing the banging behind,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you eventually found that giant bug in there and
Mhm.
accidentally let him out with the switch.
I did.
I did that too. You see him again later. Just
Well, what if you would have killed him?
I don't know.
Because
I
you could have.
You
You
probably
don't
could
open
have.
that door, and I feel like you can kill him because he was
Yeah.
taking damage.
If you did, you may have saved somebody's life.
I did not.
So,
No,
I
let
didn't,
him
so
out.
somebody-
I let the werewolf out of the bag into
Yeah.
the city.
So I don't know. That's another like cool thing that I thought was like a fun scripted moment, and there's kind of like a sad thing that happens there. It was
It's
really
so
cool.
scripted. They put this lever. They know everyone's running left away from that guy trying to, because you run
Yeah.
into a new enemy you don't know the mechanics of. You see a way out.
Tight room, see a way out. You're like, I need to open this before I fight him. Yep. Yeah. And then zoop, he's just gone.
Yeah, he runs out the door. You're like, oh shoot.
Yeah. I love a bunch of other small touches. Like if you play the pin needle in front of anyone, basically, they will sing. The bell beast does his little hum, which I love. I love doing it with Sherma, and she's singing her little song and stuff. So just that had to take
Sherma's cool.
so much time just to like make a dumb little song with lyrics for like every single NPC.
Yeah.
But very cool.
It is impressive the way things happen in this game. Like you're talking about going back to areas, and it's almost like everything you achieve in this game unlocks something somewhere else on the map. At some point, you did enough where this NPC, this person, or this item moved to a different part of the map that you would normally think I never need to go back to that part of the map. But it gives you a reason to, because stuff's happening in the world as you accomplish things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird how it's set up, but it's super impressive how it's set up.
Yeah, I agree. And I love like finding all the NPCs in their little shops and stuff. In well, another area I really like that I don't think we talked about was Bellheart, and it was all like corrupted. Everyone was up in the threads.
Well, it was my favorite when it was
very, very cool.
because it's supposed to be haunted.
There's another little Easter egg with that. If you rest at that bench and then turn the game off, next time you turn it on, it like wakes up with kind of like a more horror vibe, and Hornet is suspended up in the air with all of them, and you have to like push a
like break
needle
free.
to break free.
That's fun.
Which is kind of cool. That was a fun area. There's the fight with Widow was there right above. She was like the spider looking enemy that was pulling all the strings to throw the bells down diagonal and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, she was person was on so much Adderall, it was crazy.
Yeah, they were running around a lot. That was a pretty fun fight, though. I liked that fight.
I did too. It was difficult.
Let's see. I don't want to say too much for things that maybe you haven't seen yet, because I just think we've gone different directions at times, even though we've played about the same amount of time. I also like that character named New. That's like that weird pink looking lady that wants you to kill all the enemies for the journal.
Yeah, I like the thing as well. Reminds me of Ren and Stimpy, or like a 90s character.
Really weird. I've seen her quite a few places. Like I'll fight a boss and kill the boss, and then like run back later, and she's just there like digging through the boss's stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, I went back through that boss who comes out of the ceiling that you were fighting last week here.
Oh, yeah.
And I came back to her, and she was chilling down there. I don't know what she was doing, but...
Yeah, that was the Sinister Sister, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. The one that hangs from the ceiling, yeah. There's also the boss that's like the two beetles with like the red spiky heads. That kind of just go in like alternating patterns. It was a pretty easy fight, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, I did it yesterday.
She was there last time I walked through there, too, so that's kind of a fun little touch too. Like the NPCs feel like they actually move around and go places. And
it does. I think it's actually it makes going to areas exciting because you're like, okay, wait, am I
Yeah,
missing some stuff? Why are you here?
and it makes it more exciting to go back to places too, where you're like, okay, I just had this thing happen. I beat the first judge. I opened the gate to the Citadel. It's been 45 minutes. Maybe I should go back and check out a different area, and just because yeah, there might be different people there. Yeah, very very cool. A few other bosses I found. We can save them for next week if you haven't seen them yet. Uh, the Unfurled,
I don't think I've seen that.
the Four Brothers.
FOUR?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think
Well,
so.
sorry, the FORE, like foreman.
I don't
Mm.
know.
There are uh, two brothers you fight at the same time.
I don't think so.
What about the Clockwork Sisters? They, I think, are at the door that I'm guessing will end Act 2 and go to Act 3. There's
Hmm.
like, just like the door by the first judge had the 6 bells, there is a number of things you have to do in order to get past this new limiting door. And the what are they called? Clockwork Sisters, I think. That might not be the official name, but that's what I called them. We're right
Yeah,
in
I
front
don't
of it.
know. Maybe I've seen some of these, but I don't recognize their
They
names. I
there's
don't
two of them.
know.
They move like in a like beat with the clock beating behind them.
Moving a beat with the clock.
Yeah.
Are you talking the two bugs that show a line of what way they're gonna go?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But you were just talking about another fight that I thought you were referring to that.
Oh, the Four Brothers.
No, you were talking about a fight that you said was pretty easy and they moved in unison.
Oh, oh, you're right. There are two there. That one was the two giant beetles with the red spiky noses or whatever. over it
Oh,
over in the
in the blasted
blasted
steps.
steps.
Okay, yeah, I've seen both of the
Oh,
two.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
I liked that one with the Twisted Sisters one. It's pretty tough in the like second and third phase when they start moving real quick together, like all
Oh
over the place.
man, yeah.
It took me a few tries. And
That's
it was kind
crazy.
of nice after you finally kill one. The other one
He's in slow
keeps
motion.
moving, but is
He's
like
like
halfway
sad.
broken and yet not
Yeah.
dancing with anybody. So it's like, I thought that was a fun touch. Like, okay, you've made it. Like, just kill this one, and it won't be hard anymore. So those were fun fights. I think those are all of like the new big bosses I fought to this point. We'll talk about the Unfurled and the Four Brothers another week when you get there. Um, I guess any last things that you want to talk about in Hollow Knight Silksong this week? I feel like we've
Um,
touched on a lot of different things, the new areas. I really like Act 2. It some of the enemies are a little trickier and some of the
they are.
like areas I feel like are kind of blending together a smidge for me where there's a lot of gold, there's a lot of metal, there's a lot of it's supposed to be like more developed and like the higher class and the cogworks and the citadel and the
This feels like a
chapel.
richer area for
It
sure.
does.
Yeah.
But because of that, like I don't feel like the areas feel quite as varied as like the beginning where you're going from like green to lava to bone
Right.
to
It has felt similar here.
yeah. So we'll see. I again there's like a creepy section that I've really enjoyed as well. So there are some new sections too. I like that there's I don't know, I miss the map lady and like her little funny tune. I'm guessing we'll run into her again, but now the maps are just kind of like on signs that you find and you just
Yeah.
grab them.
That's actually what I was going to mention. One of the two things I wanted to mention was it's Act 2 has bothered me a little bit because I have like fully searched these areas and then I come to a new named area and I'm like, I didn't even find the map for the last area.
Mm.
And then I'm in the new area and then I'm in a third area and I don't have the map for any of the three. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
so
feel
you're
like,
just running in circles. I was like, it feels like I just started the game.
yeah, without her little like song and her rings to like kind of guide you to the map, it is easier to miss them. I feel
Oh
like.
man, yeah.
Yeah.
I gained one or two in Act 2 and I have so many areas there that just I know nothing about because I can't figure out where the maps are.
Mm-hmm.
But the positive I will say toward Act 2 and where I am in the game right now is I love the game. I think it's beautiful. I love how you can play it your way, I can play it mine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so cool. And that's going to get more and more in depth as new crests come out,
Yeah.
new charms come out. I'm very, very excited to. I like to have favorites of things.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait until I know exactly which crest and its upgrade is my favorite, combined with 6 to 8 charms.
Yeah.
And so I can say that is how I like to play Silksong, was with that build, because I saw everything and it all came together. I really look forward to the entire game. I love every boss I fight. It doesn't bother me to fight it 20 times.
Yeah.
I think it's the greatest game I've played this year. I really, really do. I think it's just easily game of the year for me. I find it so fun, so cute, so difficult, so frustrating. It's freaking top tier.
Very well said. I think I echo all of that praise. It's definitely my favorite game of the year. It'll probably be one of my favorite games ever, unless
Yeah, it's hard
unless
not to.
unless they don't stick the landing and the ending. But I just don't see that happening.
I don't either.
Especially with how smooth everything's been. I've had no bugs, no issues, like no crashes or anything. Like it's just smooth. Everything works. Like yeah, it's excellent. It is nice.
This is a game I would be proud to buy memorabilia, and collectibles for,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like have it be a part of me, like in this like proud nature where no one else knows what it is unless they play games. But I'm like, that was such a cool thing to experience. I almost want to buy something for it.
Yeah.
It's just it's so good.
I agree. That's the reason I paid for an extra sub on Twitch, just because I really wanted the Hornet like badge.
Oh yeah,
And it's a timed badge, and
like that's the one that would I'll probably mean more to you than almost any other game.
yeah, for sure.
That.
So I agree. It is fun here in the mid game to like get deeper into your build. Like you said, you feel a little more comfortable in your play style. Like my play style is longer reach with my weapons, a bit slower, more methodical. Devin's is fast, and it'll be
fast and fast.
Fast and fast. Interesting to see how much more you can like really focus on those things. I've heard that the end game is just from like some vague things I've heard from people I trust online, is like also excellent, very difficult. Like there's lots of cool stuff.
End of the campaign, or are you talking things to do after?
Both.
Okay, awesome. That's what we like.
I am two things that I would say is like, I don't know if they're negatives, but they're like slight bummers for me. Speaking of which, this video we're playing is just here at what I was calling the Clockwork Sisters. Let's see if I got the name right. It probably wasn't. But while this kind of lines up, I really enjoyed this fight. I thought it was fun. You have to move quick.
I did so good in this fight once I understood it.
Probably took me 4 tries. Cogwork Dancers. That was not the Clockwork Sisters. But hey, close enough. Oh, he got wrecked. The two things I've struggled with for the boss that took me like 25 tries, I ran out of bone shards quite a bit.
So you wouldn't have tools.
So I didn't have any tools. And then that makes the fight even harder, because then I don't have any of my boomerangs. And so I used all 7 of my bags of bone shards that I had saved in my inventory. All gone.
Oh, funny.
And so then for a minute I went to a different area and just farmed some. So that second currency, while very cool to like have the tools, I love the tools. I wonder if they should just regenerate at benches, and like we just get rid of that currency. Like, do we need to have the extra currency limiter?
With the way that it is now, where you can run out, it almost just makes me just really want to get used to the one that increases my speed more, because it's not changing my playstyle against a boss.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, if I have enough beast shards, then I'll get a small boost to speed at some point in a boss fight, but I'm learning it the same way. Like if you're fully learning a boss using and utilizing your tools, and then you can't do that the next 10 tries.
Yeah, I was using the boomerang like
then you're
crazy.
Relearning the boss. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
It is very different. It did kind of help me get more used to the patterns and just focus on like hitting him with my nail.
Yeah.
So maybe that is like the intended effect. But I
don't know.
know.
Strange though. Why add a new currency? It almost seems like
I don't
kind of a waste of time. It's like, You
Yeah,
could just have it regen at a bench like most things do and make that currency disappear into the wilderness.
it's probably another way to make like different tools like more valuable, where like some of them cost more probably to like
To
rebuild,
regen, right?
but they already have the limiting factor of like this one can only be used 5 times. This one can
Yeah,
be used
that's
12
already
times.
limited. Yeah.
So I don't hate it. I wonder if the limiting factor that I don't like is the fact that you can only carry so much. Like I'm limited 700 of the shards
I've
right now.
upgraded my pouch
I have a few
multiple
times as
times.
well. Um, but I don't know. I think maybe the bone shard limit should be double or something like the rosary limit, because it just feels like if you do get stuck on a boss for 20 tries and you're using tools, you're gonna blow through them. Because it's like, I mean, some of the runs where I was using a lot of the tools, and if you have 2 tools equipped, which I do, so I've got up RB and down RB.
Really?
Like I was using like
Can
60.
I not have that with the Wanderer crest?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm
Um,
unsure as well.
and so if I used most of my like numbers of both tools, I think I had sometimes where it was like 60 or 70 of those bone shards at the bench to refill both.
Wow.
So I'm burning through them fast, you know.
I might stay away from tools.
I think they're cool, and I wonder if there will be maybe I should just start using that charm that gives me more of them, because there is a charm that gives you more bone shards from killed enemies.
That is true. And if you're going to use a crest that has 2 tools, you might need that.
Maybe we've talked.
See, that's why the game's beautiful is they allow you to
have
play
thought
it that
of
way.
most of these. I'm sure all of these things, but
So cool.
so I don't know. That's maybe one thing. The I was gonna mention one more thing that I struggled with for a minute, and now that we're talked about but the bone shards for so long, I can't remember what the other one even was. Maybe I've got it written down here. Oh, I remember. This one don't even count as a real negative. It's just a negative for someone that's crazy about trophies like me. I do wish that they had separated their trophy list, which is allowed. You can have a platinum with the normal list and then have a separate list for, like, games do that for DLCs and stuff. You have like the separate DLC list that's like
Right.
sub.
But you can still get the plat without the DLC
Exactly.
stuff.
They should have put the 2 speedrun trophies in a sub list.
Oh, I love, yes, agreed. I would go for it if so.
I absolutely would. And I'm going to go for every trophy except for those 2 probably. Just like playing this game, I don't know that I'll ever be able to beat it in 5 hours. Like I'm sure there will become like a list online of like, if you want to get this trophy, this is the path you take.
Here's the path, yeah.
But then you've still got like, you got to be safe scumming unless you're just excellent and not going to die. And then especially the 100% run in 30 hours, like that is
it's
like
outrageous.
The path for that one would be crazy, because it would be like you have to unlock this bell and you should do that before you get here, and then you have to have every charm, every upgrade, get every map, every area unlocked. And there's got to be like a very specific way to do that in order to do it fast enough. So I just wish they had separated those out.
I wish they would
it's
as well.
cool that they're there for trophies for like people that really want to do it.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't hurt my ability to get the platinum, I don't think.
I
If I'm
agree.
gonna 100 and whatever percent this game anyways, that's my one other negative.
I agree for this reason. Your first playthrough is the most memorable. It's
Yeah.
the one where you spend all the time, you find all the items, and you figure out how you want to play the game. In a speedrun sense, you might not to get to use the same build you used in your first playthrough because you don't have enough time to go collect those items.
Yeah, you're probably using the speedrun boots and the orange energy drink often just to sprint
you're
super
just
fast.
using whatever is utilized for speedruns, and all of a sudden you're like, I can't beat the bosses anymore because I was so used to using this item.
Mm-hmm.
But now I just have to use speedrun items.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a silly move as well. I would almost put money that they'll change it, unless you just can't change it.
I don't know if you can, to be honest. I know you cannot take a trophy away after you've published your game, because players will have earned it, and you're not allowed to take it away. But maybe
not a good move for them.
Maybe you can change if they're nested in a different sub list. I don't know. So that's another dumb negative. But when the game is like 10 out of 10 perfect, we're nitpicking here a little bit. But
Yeah, but
That is a dumb thing.
It's like a software collectible that we would love to have for the game because the game meant so much to us.
Yeah.
But why do I need to play it as fast as Jimmy did
Yeah.
to get the platinum? I feel like that's weird.
Yeah, I feel like playing it as completely as
Yes,
Jimmy
as
did
thoroughly.
is
Exactly.
like important, but I agree. I'm not generally I feel like I'm pretty dang good at the game,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I'd be good at trying to change my playstyle from Reaper to speedrun mode, like you said, with play as fast as you can. I don't think I'd be good with that change. And so I think those two trophies would frustrate me and make me have a worse experience with the
Agreed.
game.
What if you were playing this with a partner and you're like, I'm not really good at the platforming parts. You help me with this, but I would love to learn each boss. And they were like, okay, cool. That's a fun system. I'll
Yeah.
learn each boss as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then to get that trophy, I need I need the platformer to do the whole trophy for me because I'm not as good at moving the character. I was just able to learn the boss stuff. Like,
And we can't probably change the build enough to the way that I've learned the bosses, like you said, because
exactly.
I'm going to be so focused on the speed run. Yeah. I don't know.
Weird move.
It is a weird move. I don't know. I'll have to look up if any companies have ever changed like trophies into a nested list once from a list where they weren't. But I think that's a pretty good stopping point here, Devin. We talked for a long time. I think we'll talk about this game for a few more weeks as we finish Act 2 up, get into Act 3. I think it's fun to do kind of these deep dives about the games that we really love. Because they don't come around very often.
They don't.
And
it's been really nice quarter 4 of this year, starting with Borderlands 4 and Silksong.
Yeah.
I've kind of been just digging through the DVDs going, what am I going to play on stream until those things come out?
Yeah.
And now they're here, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to stream longer, and it's really nice to have games and content that you really, really enjoy playing.
It's true. Like, sometimes I'll play a game, and I don't want to even pick on this game, I'm just going to say right now. Like, Sword of the Sea that I played recently, I'm like, this was kind of fun. I liked the surfing element of it. It was very pretty. But I wasn't like, wow, enraptured and like loving every minute. And
right.
So when there is a game like that, I feel like it's important we take the time. This was kind of a longer episode, but I feel like you can feel like the passion, and we're really enthusiastic about it because it's like been a fun time. So it's been really fun to chat about it in some detail. So anyways, that's going to end our second impressions video here of Silksong at about 20 hours in, about midway through Act 2. And we'll see how that continues to progress next week. Make sure to look out for our third impression.